In the name of Almighty Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the most benevolent. Honorable audience, very good evening. And as I promised that the recent decision made by Hon'ble Lahore High Court Lahore, which I have predicted on 11th of October, almost 3 days ago, and I have highlighted that prima facie, when the Hon'ble High Court has restrained University of Health Sciences not to announce result of admission in MBBS and BDS, and not to announce the result of entry test. And I told you that the courts of law, if they look into the gist, and in this case the gist was that Pakistan Medical and Dental Council introduced regulations in 2018 and amended them on 30th May 2019, and the legal discussion was the constitutionally what was discussed, that Pakistan Medical and Dental Council has no mandate to bring about these gigantic changes. So on the touchstone of constitution, on the touchstone of equality, on the touchstone of legality, this is upheld by the Honorable Court that yes, Pakistan Medical and Dental Council has no mandate to bring about the changes, and these changes are without jurisdiction and resultantly declared void ab initio. Now, this was the legal discussion, and but I will come to the very focal point, and that is point number 2, as I have stated earlier, that I'll discuss the impact of this decision. I will discuss the ramifications and the outcome of this decision. And actually another vital impact of this decision is that the regulation 7 and sub-regulation 2 especially, which was initially introduced in 2018, and I'll read that sub-regulation for you, which reads that foreign or dual nationality holders or overseas Pakistani students desirous of taking admission in MBBS or BDS courses against open merit or foreign quota seats in any public or private institution of Pakistan must have passed obtaining minimum 60% marks in aggregate. So the first point is to have 60% marks in aggregate in an examination of a course from a foreign university or its examining body or its education system in at least 3 subjects, that is biology, chemistry, and either physics or mathematics. So the 2 pivotal points, one 60% aggregate, and second from a foreign educational system or foreign institution. These were the 2 focal underlining points of regulations 2018. But what amendment was introduced on 30th May 2019 that has actually changed the complexion of that criterion? And how come? I will read that amendment actually, which was subsequently introduced. And through that amendment, what happened practically, that on one hand, I will first of all read that amendment, which says that foreign or overseas Pakistani students having completed their last 2 years of schooling from abroad. So the gigantic difference is to complete education of last 2 years from abroad, meaning thereby that you have to live overseas in order to qualify for this criterion. Whereas in previous regulations, it was not a requirement that physically you have to be abroad in order to complete that 2 years of education. So this is introduced in regulation 2019, which were amended on 30th May 2019. And it further says, desirous of taking admission in MBBS or BDS courses against open merit or foreign quota seats in any public or private institution of Pakistan must have passed obtaining minimum 70% marks in aggregate. So the second pivotal change they have made through this unlawful, unconstitutional amendment as declared by the Hon'ble Lahore High Court Lahore, they have enhanced the yardstick. From 60%, they have increased to 70%. So now this is set aside, this amendment is set aside, and the requirement, if you want to qualify for this, for these seats, if you are a foreign national, if you are an overseas Pakistani, if you are a dual nationality holder, you are required to have 60% aggregate marks, number one. And number two, you are not required to physically study abroad. If you have been studying in any institution which has its, in fact, examination system in Pakistan, but that is the examination is invigilated in Pakistan, as we have ordinary level and advanced level, but papers are made abroad, examiners, they check papers abroad, and accordingly results are announced by foreign institutions. You do qualify under regulations 2018. So this is the second vital impact, a positive impact, I'll say, of the judgment rendered by Hon'ble Lahore High Court, Lahore. Please subscribe my channel, because now in the next transmission I'm going to share with you remaining vital aspects pertaining to the judgment rendered by Hon'ble Lahore High Court, Lahore. Have a blessed evening and a wonderful day. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.